This week's blog post is the 8th in my series on a visit to the Wadsworth Atheneum. This week we're moving into a gallery of American art of the first half of the 20th century. There are links in the blog post to the introduction to this series and to all the other posts in the series. This work is by Andrew Wyeth. It's called Chambered Nautilus, created in 1956. Generally I prefer N.C. Wyeth's work to that of his son Andrew. But a few works by Andrew do move me, including this one. This is a portrait of Andrew's mother-in-law. It was painted during her final illness when she was confined to her bedroom. The nautilus shell at the foot of the bed, a metaphor for her condition, is a stunning bit of painting. I've never seen anyone make tempera, which is a water-based paint, glow in quite that way. This one is called Northern Point, 1950, also by Andrew Wyeth. This view over Penobscot Bay in Maine is the other Andrew Wyeth that I'm happy to look at again and again. If you take away that glowing orb on the lightning rod, then I wouldn't care about the painting a bit. But if you put that orb way up there and contrast it with the textures of the grass and the rock and the sea in a canvas that's proportioned and framed just like this, I love it. Next up, Norman Rockwell, The Young Lady with the Shiner, 1953. In the 1950s, June Cleaver and other young ladies didn't get into fights, or did they? This young lady looks very pleased with herself and utterly unconcerned about the consequences of the fight as she waits outside the principal's office. This one is called Wooden Horses. It's by Reginald Marsh, painted in 1936. It caught my eye because it doesn't look like a merry-go-round that you'd want to put your kid on. According to the label, these wooden horses at Coney Island could gallop at up to 25 miles an hour, and their intended riders were greatly depressed adults, not children. Nathan's Hot Dogs and the Wonder Wheel are still at Coney Island, but alas, the racing derby has gone. And the last one for this week, Abastinia St Leisure Eberle, I don't know if that's how you pronounce it, Ragtime, 1911. I can hear the music when I look at this piece. She looks like a cousin of Eberle's Girl Skating, 1906, which I used in a Sunday recommendation back in 2018. Next week we will continue with more highlights from the Wadsworth. DianeDurantewriter.com has hundreds of posts on sculpture, painting, and my other obsessions. To join the free Sunday recommendations email list, visit the URL that's on the screen or email me. And you can say, "Well done, Diane," or support my work and receive rewards by means of the tip jar on DianeDurantewriter.com. Thank you as always for listening.